Yo, what's goody? Nobody has to know.
Yeah, it's your boy K-Don.
It's your boy Wraith.
We're back with another episode of the Love First podcast. That song you just heard, what's the name of that song right there?
I've been promoting it for like 10 weeks.
Yes, for 9 episodes.
Nobody has to know.
Nobody has to know. And where can you get this special song for Nobody Has to Know?
On Spotify.
Apple Music.
iHeartRadio. SoundCloud. YouTube. They got bought for everything.
Radio station in Miami. Radio station in Las Vegas. Radio stations in Tampa. Radio stations in Arizona. Just request that everywhere. Nobody has to know. Also smile, you know. We're just happy to be back. Before we even get to the topics, man, just want to pray, man. Thank God, man, for another opportunity to deliver your message, your word, inspire others how you want us to. Thank you for reaching episode 9 and more wonderful episodes to come. In Jesus' name, we say this in all love as we thank you.
Yo, we the best podcast.
We the best podcast. We are the bro. Yo, we claiming it. We appreciate it. We bless it. We got people in the background trying to be funny. We
got people in the back contracting coronavirus.
Put the mask on back there. Put the mask on. It's definitely good to be here. We feeling real good, man. And in 9 episodes, we were able to get A&Rs from some of the biggest record labels on the world, to do interviews with us. We have one of the dopest rappers that we listen to, we're get on here, people that we're a fan of, getting them on here already. We have more amazing guests on the way and coming, so make sure you stay tuned because every week we're bringing out guests, we dropping major keys for success. With that being said, do we have any updates before we get into it? New comedy skit coming soon. Meet Rodney.
Got a new song coming soon, bro.
New song?
New song that's about to go super
What song is that?
No, we not.
Can't even say the name yet. This is the only hint we'll give y'all. This how fire the song is.
Yo, bro, that song is about to go crazy, bro.
It's good.
I heard it today. I'm like, yo, this song
What you saying in the background? I missed it.
Get into it.
What? Okay. Thank you for that.
This song is about to go crazy.
It's about to go crazy. First topic, man, things to talk about. So in the news, man, I seen a new type of relationship going on. Meg the Stallion, Tory Lane.
It definitely ain't no Bobby and Wendy.
Some shooting happening. Now, nothing has been confirmed. Some stories have been coming through the grapevine. I did make a little guess assessment before it came out. Now, once I did hear Tory Lanez was 5'2", Meg Thee Stallion is 5'10", she got shot in the foot, he was taken to jail. That was the story that came out. So to me, when I started thinking, if you 5'2", someone's 5'10", she might be like Wonder Woman to you. You know what I'm saying? So she might have been rocking him. It got crazy.
You fighting Goliath, bro. Like,
so what did you hear? Because you heard something through the grapevine, right? For some reliable sources.
I seen Adam 22's No Jumper podcast, or like, a little snippet of it, and he said that the source was credible. Yeah. They asked him, do you trust this source? Like, where you getting this from? And he said, yes, he does. And basically, he said that they was at the scene with Kylie Jenner. Tory Lanez apparently was flirting with Kylie Jenner, or Kylie Jenner was flirting with Tory Lanez.
Got a party,
Meg Thee Stallion didn't like it. When they got back to the car, she put the beats on the name.
Ooh.
5'10".
First 5'3". You know what I'm saying? It's not fair, man. We can't be putting hands up. You know what I mean?
Yo.
Trying to be serious.
Yo, chill. Yo, shout out to Tory. I like your music, bro, but
music is fire.
Your music is fire, bro.
Yo, shout out to Jerry Springer.
Yo, bro, man. You can't be putting yourself in these situations, bro.
Nah, man. Nah, if ever get crazy like that, just jump out the car, run.
Jump out the car, dip.
Just go.
That's what you should have did, bro. If that's really the story, bro.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
So mind you, this is what we heard. We just let you know
this is what we heard.
That's what we heard. So, Tory Lanez, Meg Thee Stallion.
Like what?
Y'all worked that out, the truth.
Like, bro, that situation is just ridiculous. Like,
No, I mean, all right. So, like, if you were 5'3", what would you do?
First of all, if I'm 5'3",
Run.
Besides that, I'm not even dealing with somebody that's 5'10".
Yeah. I mean,
Over it.
especially if they show aggressive tendencies toward you. Get out of there quickly.
And I'm pretty sure you've hanged out with this person when she was drunk. Mm-hmm. That's another thing. She probably was off the sauce.
Yes.
So.
And I told him, yo, we said this off camera. I was like, bro, if you had to shoot her in the foot, this is not the first time y'all got to a disagreement if something happened. If there's a shot going into the foot. So if you see these qualities, don't let it get to that level.
And TMZ also reported too that she had to have serious surgery on her foot.
Yeah. And we don't know the story, so if that's not what happened, we apologize. That's what happened. We just, speaking on it. That's what we heard. What's going on?
Sorry, I like your music, bro, but that's just a bad situation to be in right now.
That's crazy.
Right.
Let's get into money, right? A lot of people are kind of asking about the money situation. Unemployment could potentially be ended. Democrats, Republicans are fighting. Now, a little over a month ago, Democrats put they developed a law that they want to get passed, right, to put through. It's called the HEROES Act, right? So it's an act, not law. They got to get it passed through the Senate.
Yeah, educate
Republicans.
me, because all I know about is the $600.
Yeah, definitely. So the $600 actually came from the CARES Act, right? Yeah. And now they're trying to pass something called the HEROES Act, but the Republicans aren't really too fond of the HEROES Act. The Democrats put it out over a month ago, and it's basically something because everything ends in July pretty much. So they're saying since everything's ended in July, let's get this law through. It's gonna help. I believe in that act they put like hazard pay, things with food stamp, the $600 continue until like January, things of that nature. It's a lot going on in there. It's a $3 trillion package. Republicans are excited about it. They want to present a $1 trillion package. Exactly.
Yeah, that's too much money to them.
But they haven't presented a $1 trillion package yet. And mind you, we shoot this on Saturdays, even though it's live Wednesdays. So they haven't passed anything as of Saturday. So it looks like it could be ending. So what is your view on the money ending and this whole back and forth with the Democrats and Republicans?
First of all, the back and forth is not going to stop. Mm-hmm. Money is going to come because, there's a campaign coming up.
Election year. Mm-hmm.
Election year. So, obviously, money is going to come to the people. Mm-hmm. But it's just unfortunate that the $600 is going to be cut short because a lot of people are using that money to stay alive,
Definitely.
To pay their rent.
Definitely.
And, there's going to be a lot of evictions, bro. Mm-hmm. It's gonna be a lot of people getting kicked out of their homes because they no longer have that income coming in. Yeah. So
and their biggest thing was they're trying to say that a lot of people were making more than what they make, and they're trying to get people back to work. Yeah. I think if you're trying to get people back to work, why not incentivize it by giving them more money, hazard pay, even the people that's been out there. Just a thought.
Because a lot of people that are actually still working, they're not getting paid more. Mm-hmm. They're still getting paid the same amount. When the pandemic started. Mm-hmm. And there's actually some people who are not working that they was making a lot more money off the $600 than the people that are working. Which to me is crazy because if somebody's out there risking their life at this point, if you're working, just like you said, if you're working during the pandemic, you're risking your life at this point. So now you're essential.
Yo, drop bombs for the essential workers. Shout out essential workers out there. Essential workers in the background.
So if you're an essential worker at this point, you should be getting paid a hell of a lot more. Mm-hmm. Definitely more than somebody that's getting the $600 every week. Not knocking the people that are getting the $600 every week. They should still keep giving the $600 out every week. But for the people that don't want to stay home and do want to go work and are tired of staying home, they should get paid more.
And why I feel like the $600 thing is a good thing because it gives the people a chance to save, because if their jobs are closed, there's a potential these places might not open back up, and that's something that they're going to need to get together when they're looking for a new job. Right. Or even if their job does open back up, a lot of these places that couldn't be open now they're not going to have the same amount of hours when they go back.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So it's going to be a different scenario. They're not going back to like right before the pandemic. Right. But something that I found frustrating, right? Because the Democrats did present a plan earlier, right? And they put up this press conference just saying that this is ending. I feel like the press conference was more to make Republicans look bad. but Democrats are saying, hey, we're trying to stick up for the money. Now, I found it crazy when someone actually asked them, they was like, yo, would you consider, they're sending this to the Democrats. We know you put your plan, but the Republicans are fighting back and forth. Would you consider passing something that will temporarily extend the unemployment, since you did the press conference saying that you care about it?
Right.
They was like, oh no, why would you ask me that? We're not here to bail out the Republicans. We've been presented our plan. They need to come with their plan, so we have our leverage because we're trying to get certain things passed. Now, to me, it's crazy because that's not even thinking about the people. They're like, oh, we need leverage for this package. And they say it's leverage for food stamps and other stuff. But obviously, if you look at the whole act and package, there's way more. So we have groups that we elected that are fighting and bickering over each other and stuff going on rather than the people. So I see those things frustrated because extensions could be passed, this could be handled, plans could have presented earlier. So on both sides, a lot of frustration. I encourage everyone to just look into everything, know what's going on. So when it is voting time and it's time to get your word out, we can remove people that haven't been doing nothing for the people, or maybe put in people that can do stuff. So just pay attention to that, you know what I'm saying?
This is just crazy because a lot of people about to get kicked out their crib because they ain't got that $600.
It's crazy.
So,
but Trump just said he's gonna give a generous stimulus check. So they said a stimulus check.
Hopefully the stimulus will be coming soon.
Who knows when it comes? Hopefully everyone's thinking maybe August. But it is an election year, so I am confident that both sides are gonna pass a stimulus check because nobody wants to be the side that says they denied the stimulus check to the whole country.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So
absolutely.
Keep that in mind. Now, speaking of presidency, your boy.
Yo, why does he have hold on. Yo, this is the second time he's done this shit. First it was with 6ix9ine. 6ix9ine, you not my man, bro. I'm sorry. Now he's doing this with Kanye. Kanye, I'm sorry. I don't know what you're going through right now, bro. But you're not my man's either, bro.
Yo.
I'm sorry.
Come on, man. So when you see Kanye on the block, you don't be like,
no, I can't.
Have the cheers. No, so Kanye.
You need to take back what you said about Harriet Tubman.
Yo, so
like,
yeah, so Kanye. Those of y'all that don't know, Kanye West is a rapper that is running for president right now for 2020. He decided like a couple weeks ago.
I think it was a month ago.
They decided like almost a month ago.
Yeah.
He would like to run for president. There are a lot of theories behind it. So before we even get into his controversial presidential rally, or what that was, let's start with the theory of people. Is he seriously running? Do you take it serious? Like even if you don't vote for him, do you think he's seriously trying to run for president? Do you think he feels like he can win?
I think he feels like he can win, but the problem with him running is that he has a lot of other things mentally going on in his brain that he needs to focus on instead of trying to run for president, because that's a whole nother animal within itself.
Yeah,
that's a whole lot of, that's more stress you're going to add to what you're already going through which is the bipolar. And he doesn't admit it, but a lot of people that don't take their meds admit that. So, it is what it is, man.
No, and a lot of people's theory. Now, I don't put it past Kanye that maybe he thinks he'll win, right? I personally don't think he stands a chance, and to me, it didn't even come in an organized chance to even put him in a position to do that. But what it does look like is, it doesn't look like anybody that's supporting Trump or the Republican side, he's going to change their mind and they're going to come over to him, right?
Oh, of course not.
It looks like he could be potentially taking people that were going to vote Democratic or maybe vote for Joe Biden. So now he's kind of making a detrimental situation to what's going on.
Yeah.
So some people feel like he was doing it to help Trump because he had mad support for Trump earlier.
I just feel like the video that we're about to look at, like I just feel like it was just way too unproductive, and he was just all over the place.
Yeah, it looked all over the place. We're about to play this video and react to it, but even just the stuff that was going on with like Kim Kardashian and his family and the tweets and stuff, it just looks like things are really together at home. So for you to kind of take over the country, not to say maybe you won't be capable of doing that at some point, but to come during a pandemic era and things is out of control and crazy.
You and your wife have 4 kids. Meaning y'all have to be on the same page. Not you blasting her on Twitter. That is not gonna fix the problem. And that's a problem within itself. And that is also a mental problem within itself.
And shout out to all relationships. This is a major key right here. Do not bring your relationships to Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, any social media platform. You will never, ever solve anything there, ever.
Niggas gonna start doing dances.
TikTok
broke up with
it's
my
girl. Let's get into this video. His first rally in Charleston, South Carolina. I think you guys will hear the audio while we're looking at it. Here we go.
Of course, everybody's clapping because they're all fans. This is what I hate about fans.
Concert. Oh, before we get to Harriet Tubman, because he kind of touched on something that I even said. So he said the most racist thing that you can say is that Kanye West is going to split the black votes. How is that racist? How is that not facts?
He is going to split the black.
He's splitting votes. Like,
You're splitting the vote right now by hosting
my
this
question
shit.
is, who do you feel like is your main demographics that's coming for you? Like, what party do you think you're gonna take votes from? Because when you go and you have a campaign or when you do market or music or anything, you always find out who your demographics are. You target those, and that's who you appeal to.
Demographic, yep.
So for you have a team that knows the demographics you're appealing to. So that just kind of threw me off because that's exactly what's happening. Whether you want to face it or not, if you feel like you can win, you got to take that and understand that. If you feel like you can't, you have to take that and understand that.
Kanye, you're splitting the votes, bro.
Splitting the votes, for sure.
Oh, rewind it?
Okay.
Because that's the Harriet Tubman one.
Yo, they couldn't even agree. They was like...
You see that long pause?
Yeah.
Like, he's just waiting for the reaction. He's like...
Yeah. He's like, we're not gonna cheer for that? So, all right, so I'm gonna be completely honest with that, right?
Okay.
I don't know much on the subject of the Harriet Tubman besides the textbook of what America told us. Now, do I believe everything in the American history books is completely accurate? No.
No.
Because I believe that, look, you want to make yourself look better in certain instances. That America has a very long past. And a lot of these things and how it was built was not positive. You know, we got to face that. That's the truth. So I don't really think the books are going to accurately cover it. So I can't really say he's wrong, but you're not presenting any facts. So right now you just came with a statement. I'm not even hearing no facts backing it up. This is what happened, because I've never heard what he said that. So that sounds wrong to me. But
you're not even stating facts as to why you believe that. And Harriet Tubman freed the slaves, bro. Like, there's no for you to think that she led them to the hellfire when she took them from the hellfire is crazy. To me, it's just crazy.
But let's say if you believe that you're right, because I'm an open person. My thing is, if you believe we were programmed to believe this about Harriet Tubman, this and that, how do you feel like you're gonna unprogram someone by just making that statement randomly and not presenting the case for it?
You have to come with facts.
Yeah, that's something deep. I want to see something behind that.
And this is what I'm talking about with this whole rally that he had. It was all over the place.
All over. Let's keep it going. See what else he got.
And if you take it, it's a wrap. The baby's gone. And I called my wife. And she said, we're going to have this baby. I said, we're going to have this child. I know people that are 50 years old that didn't have the children, that didn't have that child, that have never got to experience the level of joy that I experienced having a child. But even if my wife were to divorce me after this speech, she brought North into the world.
Which she will. She just offered divorce.
right. So let's
if my wife was to divorce me after this speech, well, Kanye, you got what you asked for.
It's getting crazy. Yeah. So what's going on with the Kim and because he spoke on Kim Kardashian. So what have you seen on Kanye and Kim? Because there's always new news articles. So the most updated.
Apparently, Kanye wrote something on Twitter stating that Kim had secretly met up with Meek Mill for prison reform. And
Keep it going, I'm sorry.
And he basically was making this claim that Kim was cheating on him secretly. And yeah.
So if you feel that way, you should put it out there on that type of platform. I mean, maybe
especially on Twitter. Dude, you got like 30 million followers, bro.
Yeah.
Like, you can do nothing but cause controversy.
Definitely. We're putting more people in the situation. I think since then, because the story keeps updating. Literally right before we started filming, I'm like typing in Kanye and just a million stuff popped up. I think he since then apologized since then and was like, he tweeted, "I'm so sorry for not covering you like the way you've been covering me." You know? So I mean, a lot of this back and forth is like, you don't want to have to be in that position where you have to keep apologizing. Just keep that off the social media.
Oh my God.
Let's see what else. We got a little bit left in the video. All right.
Which is terrible.
My mom saved my life. There would have been no Kanye West because my dad was too busy.
He said he almost killed his dog. Which is tragic.
I mean, you can see like his passion. I think everyone's gonna look at this. He's having a breakdown, right?
Yeah.
I do.
No, everybody's definitely gonna look at it.
Yeah, not for sure. You know, but being an artist and understanding our passion, I see his passion, and he might really feel what he's doing, but you have to look outside of yourself in the big picture of what you're doing. If you really wanted to run for president, you should have planned this in advance accordingly. Give yourself a good chance. Because right now, he's putting himself in a position where all he's going to do is hurt the election, bring more confusion to it, rather than accomplish what he's looking for. And it does look like there's a lot of things in his personal space that's not particularly in order right now. He doesn't look like he's in the, I want to say, like, joyous or even most stable moment. Not to say he's crazy or this and that or making jokes, but just, he doesn't look like he's ready to take on this at this moment.
I can't talk about his mental because I'm not him.
Mm-hmm.
But the state that he's in and what he's conveying through his words, I feel like he's not in a good enough position mentally to try and run for president. It just don't make no sense. Now, obviously, this is a 2-minute video, so it didn't cover everything that he talked about in that rally. But I seen the 40-minute clip. Like, it was all over the place. He gained nothing from that. Like, I've wasted 40 minutes of my time that I'm not getting back.
Yeah. Well, I mean, at least you got to learn about Harriet Tubman. But
horrible.
Facts. Actually, so quick shout out, right? Because I just realized we jumped on the episode and the new scenery. We didn't even acknowledge it. We just in a new place. So shout out in the world. We're in the World Studios right now. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
real quick. Shout out to.
Yo, is this the Autobot or Decepticon base?
Yo, shout out to the. Those of y'all who know this, this is my favorite show right here. But those of y'all who know this is right here.
Yo, I'm tired of him. We gonna do. We gonna do a podcast on Dragon Ball Z because I'm tired of y'all, bro.
Yo, that podcast is coming.
I'm tired of y'all disrespecting Piccolo.
Whoever wanted to debate about Dragon Ball Z, it's going down.
There needs to be a petition signed.
Yo,
Piccolo needs a power up.
Yo, facts.
Right now.
Yo, what about Krillin?
Nah. Yo, Krillin been a dub for like 5 seconds.
Krillin be getting smacked around since Dragon Ball Z started, man. He get a power.
He already knew his purpose. he became a cop. Decoy.
Yo, I first see Dragon Ball Z, like he was with Gohan. I thought they were both little kids. Come to find out, the 10-year-old was stronger than him, and he a grown man.
He's a decoy. Destructo disc, and that's it. I'm out of here. Central beam, that's it. I'm out of here. Piccolo still got something. They just playing. That's it.
Piccolo, for the comeback, if Piccolo makes that comeback, you need some royalties for that idea, man.
Piccolo makes a comeback, I need money for that.
It's coming up, though. Whoever won the battle about Dragon Ball Z.
I've been carrying that for years.
Yeah, it's a disrespectful video, too. My girl sent me, too, right? It showed this guy, right? It was a meme, right? And it had this guy falling off a skateboard and rolling on the floor, and they're like, "This is Vegeta after fighting the villain." And I was like, yo,
but it's true. Vegeta want to challenge people. He want them like Cell. You want them to power up.
Ego abilities.
Yeah, just to get your boo up. That's a fact.
It's crazy.
The only one he didn't do that with is Goku Black.
Yeah. Well, wait. Nah, he got smacked around with Goku Black. Everybody got smacked around.
Not the second time.
Okay. But I mean, but dang, if you gotta be like, not the second time, but
the first time.
I didn't have to be a second.
The first time Goku Black didn't even power up and got his ass whooped. I'm sorry, Vegeta. I'll try to defend you right now. But the second time you got it, bro.
You weren't even at full power. They came into a different time zone and got whooped. But we want to thank you guys for tuning in. So we actually have our next part of the episode. We have a special guest in the building. So make sure you guys stay tuned for that.
Thanks.
Here, the Love First Podcast.
Hey guys, this is episode 9 of the Love First Podcast. We have a special guest in the building with us, or should I say on the podcast with us this week to discuss faith. Very special author with the book out on Amazon right now. We have CL Dickerson in the building. CL Dickerson, let's make some noise.
Make some noise.
How are you doing?
Hello, everyone.
How have you been doing?
How you doing?
I'm just so happy to be here on this show with Kwame and Jacoby, KD, Don, and Jacoby. It's just fantastic for the opportunity. Thank you.
Awesome. Well, we're definitely excited to have you on here. This week, we're dropping a major key that we want to talk to everybody to help them get to the next level of success in their life and spiritually, and that key is faith. So we just kind of want to talk about what does faith mean to you? How would you describe the definition of faith?
Well, it's to believe in God, to know that there's someone greater than you are, someone who made the skies, the waters, the seas, the trees, the mountains, things that even ourselves, that we are not possible. It's not possible for us to do these things. So there's got to be someone much greater than we are that made all of that possible.
Definitely.
Simple things in life, just like we need trees and green plants in order to breathe because they give us oxygen. And for them to live, we give off carbon dioxide. Who could have thought of that in a lab? Only a God could do that, a great God.
Definitely. Actually, Wraith, just to kind of actually bounce off you real quick. So just hearing that definition of faith, do you feel like you've ever had that in life? Have you ever applied that to a situation and it got you through?
Constantly.
When my kid was born.
Mm-hmm. So elaborate a little more.
Okay, so my child's birth was kind of like all over the place. They kind of had to resuscitate him because he was in the womb for too long. So I was just praying. At that point, I was just praying, to God that, that my child makes it into this world. And it happened. And also, just seeing my wife give birth. That was another reason, like, why, you have to believe in God, you see something like that. so definitely. Faith is
truly a miracle you just spoke on.
Yeah,
Definitely.
Yes.
Yes. So we also have that same question for you. Can you let us know how faith played an important moment in your life and how it got you through an experience?
Listen, there's been so many situations in these years that I've lived that I can tell you. But let me just start off with one because years ago, when I was just getting closer and closer, because as when I was 10 years old, I remember praying for my dad to see his brother before he passed away. And he had to go all the way from Jersey up to Poughkeepsie, New York to try to see him. And he was like, oh my God, I don't know if I'm going to even get to see him. And I was about 10 years old, and I got down on my knees and I said, Lord, just please let him see his brother before he leaves here. Let him see him. And he got up there, he saw him, and his brother told him, my Uncle Sam told him, he said, which my dad used to always leave him money in a purse under his pillow. But his brother told him, Uncle Sam, he said, don't leave anything this time. Don't leave anything this time. So it's almost like the angels already told him he was leaving, and he didn't want, my dad to leave any money there for him because he knew he wasn't going to be able to spend it because his next stop was heaven, not here. So there's been so many things, though, that I've prayed about. Even my own brother's life. And let me just tell you this story real quick without getting too elaborate. But he got very sick and no one had heard from him. And the two things that I know was like the most important things to my brother was his son, Jacoby, and was his job. And those two things, let me tell you something. If they didn't hear from him, something was wrong. So I remember praying, and I woke up my sister and I said, we got to go over there to his house. And she was standing by in front of his door crying. And I said, are you praying? I said, let's pray together. Because the prayer 2 is stronger than the prayer 1. And I asked the Lord to give him an opportunity to live. And long story short, the police officers wind up going in the fire escape, getting him, bringing him to the hospital. And they told my mother he had a 50-50 chance. But the Holy Spirit told me that he was going to make it. And all I did the whole time I was teaching at the time was go back and forth to the hospital every day. And I fasted and I prayed. And let me tell you something. When my brother woke up, he woke up telling jokes. And I said, but God, only God. You hear me? Only God can do those type of things. I could give you a million stories, but I'm going to stop there because we want to talk about other things during this interview, I'm sure.
Definitely. No, and that was super powerful. We appreciate that testimony. And that's definitely important, in both of the stories that you just heard of what they're saying about faith. Because I know me personally, I'm the type of person, I want more than what I can see than what's around me. And to get what is not physically in front of you or around you, or more than what you can see at the moment, that requires faith. That requires you believing that that is for you and you're going to get it. But, faith without works is dead. So put in the energy and work that you have to, and knowing that God is going to bring that to you. So I definitely think that's important. Speaking of faith, that brings us to your amazing book out on Amazon right now, The Full Armor Up. Amazing book. I actually bought a copy. Wraith, you have a copy too, right?
Yeah, I got a copy in my house. I'm probably gonna read. I was supposed to start reading it yesterday, but my kid is giving me problems.
Yeah, got it. You got the book. That's what I'm saying. You got the hard copy, so that's what's up. I got the digital. You got the hard copy. But
I got the hard copy. I like the cover art for the book too. I like the cover art.
Yes.
The cover, I like the colors and stuff.
And anyone that wants to get that book in the YouTube link, you guys will see. Yes, you guys will see the link to that book in the description of the YouTube link, so you guys could go purchase it. It's very simple, very quick, very easy for an amazing book. Speaking of this book, can you tell us about the main character and the synopsis of this story?
Well, the thing about this is that I had come to a conclusion after lots of prayers that I had to come up with something that I could do myself, that God could help me with, that could be something that would bring something to everybody's home and make them, draw them a little closer to God in a fun way, especially for kids and parents. And so when I started writing, I was teaching at a kindergarten class, and I just read excerpts from it to them to see how they felt, and they like really enjoyed it. So it was that was motivation for me to keep going and writing. And I finally wrote this book, sent it in, and I gotta tell you, that's why you can never accept no, because when God says yes, never accept no. And I sent it in to someone who told me, well, the ending of the story I'm not sure about because it sounds too familiar, but the story was good and we liked this and other things about it. And then I had some people who were willing to publish too. But then that one no made me think, oh, maybe I do need to have a different type of ending. So it probably took several more years for me to get that ending together with God. And it was so amazing how it took place because I kept on writing and I said, oh my gosh, it looks like the book is never gonna end. And so God, it's like the Holy Spirit said, just sit down and type. And all of a sudden the ending, I typed out the ending. So I asked the Lord, I said, well, what were these extra pages I was writing for? And he said, it was for your sequel. And I was like, what? I said, I have a second book to write, so I've started that one. But I'm very excited because it's an inspiration, really. If I never sold a copy and every kid got an opportunity to read this, I would still be more than happy. And I had it on Amazon for free for 4 days so that people could actually read it right online to their children. And that's how inspired I am, because I know that God wants to get the message out.
So
that we need to be faithful.
So you would say, like, for a fact, like the kids inspired you to write this book?
Yeah, I was inspired by the kids to keep writing, and then I was inspired by my family members who became the characters in my book. They might not even know who they are when they read it, but it's all my nieces and nephews and my brothers and sisters, my mom and dad. They're all characters in this book, and even friends of mine that I've met along the way. They are different characters, different part of their personalities come out in these characters, and I find that's an easier way to write as well.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, that sounds
so.
good.
I'm not. No, I was just gonna say. So am I the one that sings? Because I know you got a character in there that sings.
She said what character's based on him.
That's why you have to read the book. You have to read the book.
No, I know.
You were just the baby when I started it.
Yeah. God, definitely.
That's what's up.
But now I have new characters to put in it because we have a new baby in our family.
Oh yeah.
And that's your son, which we're very proud of, Jacoby Jr.
Yes. So kind of diving into, I know you don't want to give too much away about the story because people need to read it and get to the book, but just a little bit about the main character and also Chocolate City, right? Just those dynamics I found very intriguing. I just kind of want you to give them a little bit of details on that.
Well, your main characters are two villains. They're a husband and a wife, and they have basically destroyed the world so that they could control it. And then you have the other main character who is trying to save the world. That's Princess Bride and her team of friends who are 5 other royals who have talents and gifts, and they've come together with her to undo what King Track and Queen Me have done to the world. Does that story sound familiar to you guys?
A little too familiar. Yes.
Yeah.
I know one of the cities they go to is Chocolate City, right?
That's one of the first. That's one of the second cities they stop at. Chocolate City, which has been totally destroyed, and people are like suffering. They're poor. They're like hungry. That things are broken down, and you have a part of the royal team who comes in there to begin to rebuild Chocolate City. At first, they're not getting any kind of really positive response from the people there because it's like they're so depressed and it's like deprivation there. And then two of the guys, Prince Rad and Prince Tal, they start rapping, and all of a sudden these kids start listening to them, and they offer them some food, and then they start fixing up this Chocolate City.
Wow.
Yeah.
Like me and Kwame.
For real. No, I think that's an amazing story, and it does feel super relatable, especially nowadays and everything that's going on. As a kid, listening to stories, one of my favorite shows was like Dragon Ball Z, right? Because they had certain talents and gifts and powers that I thought was cool. So it's also cool about your book and your characters is they also have gifts in there as well. Can you tell us about a few of the gifts like that some of your characters have?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear that question.
Yeah, could you let us know about a few of the gifts that some of your characters have? Because the characters actually have gifts.
Well, let me just share with you. She has a friend named Princess Art, and she has this. She's really an artist, but her brush is so magical that she can turn a sky that's dark and gray to bright blue with sun shining. She can just paint over things and just restore it. And then she has a friend named Prince Rad who has a talent of making things mechanical. Like he makes this big shield to protect them, from being attacked. That is it fits in your pocket, but then it opens up to cover all of them up. And let's see. And then there's Prince Jazz, and he just loves to read. And he's constantly teaching people, things just to make them brighter and smarter.
Yes.
And there's another princess, and she has a bass guitar, and she can make these loud sounds that can almost break your eardrum, but it's also to help them fight when they have to fight against other people. So, and plus she plays that bass really good when she's not trying to use it as a weapon.
Yeah.
So,
the time period for this book is in like medieval times, right?
It's like medieval times because there's castles and there's kingdoms, there's Soul Drive Kingdom, there's Ebony Hill Kingdom.
Is there a reason why you wanted to do it in medieval times? Is there a reason why you wanted to do it like during medieval times?
Well, it was more to me like fairy tale-ish and more fun for the kids to get into, to be able to, dress up in armor and stuff like that. Yeah.
Definitely. I understand that.
Yeah, definitely. And also, just to repeat again, so this is available right now on Amazon. You can get that purchase right now. It's the full Armor Up. The link is in the description of the YouTube video.
It's the full Armor Up, and you can get it on electronic, and the electronic is a little less than the hard copy. But if you get more than one hard copy, we'll send you a t-shirt that has the full armor on it. This picture of the full armor on it.
Yes. And everyone needs to support that one, because no matter what religion you believe in, faith is the constant. This is something that you want your children to know and to have. And if you're in the church and you believe in God, this is definitely something you want to stand behind and push. Because the world that we're living in more and more, especially out of schools, especially out of life and dailiness, we're losing God out of it. So when we have things like this, we need to stand behind each other and really push this. This is the type of information and entertainment we want our children to have, and also for ourselves. Like, this is stuff that we can enjoy, not only the kids. And even the concepts in the book and the colors and the setting of the time period, it sounds something dope that would take place for a movie as well. Have you ever thought of that? Is that an idea? Maybe?
Oh, yes. I thought of a live stage production, really, with costumes and like bangles and colors, and it's just amazing. I would think it would just be amazing, a live production or a movie large screen production as well.
Yes, definitely. So all of the movie producers, investors, things of that nature, this is an amazing book. You guys want to reach out to her, now is the time to reach out to make this into a movie, because one way or another, this is going to be a movie, a TV show, a Broadway play. I see it all. So it's who's going to come first and come with the right business that Miss CL Dickerson finds. You guys can be a part of that. But this is an amazing book. Everyone needs to get that. Wraith, any final thoughts? And then we'll let Miss CL Dickerson end it with her final thoughts.
After we done with this, I'm gonna go read the book. That's what I'm gonna go do.
Definitely.
Very good. I look forward to the second one, book 2, the Full Armor, book 2, because it finished the story, and you continue to go on this journey with them, and you'll see if good wins over evil, and if sticking together as a team really works.
Yes. 2 major keys. I like that. It was a pleasure having you on this podcast, and we thank you again for having the faith to follow God through those years, to go through the trials and tribulations and obstacles that it came with, to follow your artistic side and create this book and deliver inspiration to the world. So we thank you for that. Many blessings. Thank you again. All love.
It was a pleasure being here with you guys. Thank you so much.
Actually, do you have a YouTube channel or any social media where anyone can follow you at?
Well, there's a YouTube, and we're going to begin story time in late August for kids, where we'll read excerpts from the book to them. So you'll get an opportunity to do story time with your kid around 6 o'clock in the evening, starting late August, and the date will be out there on YouTube. If you listen to a conversation with Danny Beck and Sandra Love, they'll be giving that information on the next YouTube.
Yeah. Well, what's the name of your YouTube channel?
It's called A Conversation with Danny Beck and Sandra Love. And it's WOG Ministry, Inc. that represents it.
Awesome. Thanks again. Love First Podcast. This is episode 9.
Read it and enjoy. The whole family will enjoy it.
Yes, we will.
And I guarantee you.
All right.
Yeah. We gotta show love first like our podcast. Put the work in, trying to make it last. Seen enough deaths, I don't need no more. It's like our nation trying to start a civil war. We gotta show love first like our podcast. Put the work in, trying to make it last. Seen enough deaths, I don't need no more. It's like our nation trying to start a civil war.
Black, Latin, Indian, Asian, and white. Whole lives matter, but let's get it right. There's a specific group of people needing help right now. All lives matter, yeah, no, calm down. So can we get together, stop the hurting right now? It's getting too political now. If you had enough of it, then stop with the blackouts and the non-support, and push focuses on businesses we should support. Shouldn't have to force to get together like community. Only get together the eulogies. We killing ourselves, fatality, ain't no actuality. We killing ourselves more than police do. We need to come together as a people.
We gotta show love first like our podcast.